The MTV Movie and TV Awards Unscripted, Wango Tango, Pride. It was quite the weekend in Los Angeles, and we're here to break down all of the hottest moments in reality TV. Welcome back to our channel, guys. I'm your host, Zachary Reality, joined with the lovely Blakely Mchugh. Before we get into all the tea, make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you're always up to date with all things reality TV. Now, Blakely, you were actually at a couple of the events this weekend. You were working the red carpet. So who was your favorite person you interviewed?
Oh my gosh. Okay, surprisingly, which Zach, I texted you this, Blake Moynes was my favorite person that I interviewed, which I was a little bit of like, I wouldn't call myself a Blake hater, but I feel like he has a reputation now. You know, he's showed up on too many Bachelors, so it was like, okay, here we go. But I had the best conversation with him. He talked all about his wildlife conservation project, what he's doing. He's actually going, I wish I could remember exactly where he's going, but with Noah and one other person from the Bachelor to work on saving sharks. And it was actually kind of cool to hear. Yes, the Bahamas. So it was kind of cool to hear him talk about his passion, and we just had the most easygoing conversation. I also talked to Michelle and Nate, which I loved them, and Hannah G and Dylan, a bunch of people from Summer House, Selling Sunset cast. It was truly an unforgettable, crazy weekend.
Do you know if Blake Moynes is going to Bachelor in Paradise?
He said he is not going to Bachelor in Paradise. He is taking some time off. He thinks that would be overkill. He said 2022 is the year of working on himself. He's putting love aside, and maybe love will come in 2023.
Okay, so we can't count him out yet, maybe for next year's Bachelor, but I guess he won't be on this year's Paradise. Now, we got to talk about the MTV Movie and TV Awards Unscripted. They were hosted by Tayshia Adams. She literally had 7 outfit changes. She absolutely killed it. She looked so beautiful, but Chrishell Stause was actually the biggest winner of the night as she won Best Reality Star, and GLIP was there to, be support for Chrishell as well as Jason Oppenheim. Now, it was kind of awkward, or maybe it wasn't, because when Chrishell won the award, GLIP gave her a hug, and then Jason gave Chrishell a hug. So, they really just were there to support Chrishell. Now, Chrishell says, I knew about this nomination before I had said anything about my sexuality. I'm not trying to get really deep with you guys, but the fact that this was voted on after means so much because I wasn't sure how that was going to go. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. And Selling Sunset also took home Best Docuseries for reality shows, which is honestly a really, really big deal. Who knew that Selling Sunset was the most popular show ever? Obviously we all love it, but to win over Jersey Shore and Housewives, kind of a shocker. It's really awesome that Chrishell also was, so humbled, because of course we're going to support her whether she's dating GLIP or Jason or anyone else in between. So, how awesome was that moment for Chrishell? What did you make of Selling Sunset winning and everything?
It didn't surprise me, that Selling Sunset won, because I think that they had probably the most nominations out of all of them for the MTV Movie and TV Awards Unscripted version. So it kind of felt like there was a given that they were going home. Or that they were taking home the win. Everybody is talking about Selling Sunset. With Christine Quinn, with Chrishell and GLIP and Jason. Who's not talking about Selling Sunset right now? So there was no surprise there. I think people will be surprised to know that this was actually the first time that GLIP had met Jason. So I'm curious how that interaction went, how it was sitting all at the table, because it was the first time that they were getting together. And, sometimes an ex meeting the new partner, you never know how it's going to work out. They have such an interesting dynamic, obviously, because Chrishell and Jason work together. Jason's her boss. So it's definitely an interesting dynamic there. I don't know, Zach, if you saw the photo. Apparently there was the video, there was a 3-way hug that went on between the three of them. I got a little bit of secondhand embarrassment. I feel like that probably felt uncomfortable in the moment, but at least there's a lot of love here, and it seems like everybody's supportive of one another, and I feel like that's all you can ask for when it comes to an ex and a current partner,
Oh, yeah. I think I saw the hug. I watched the awards this morning. Everybody seemed fine. Who knew that everyone could be so mature? But, they were really just happy for Chrishell. And they also introduced the new trailer for Selling the OC, which I'm not sure when the date is for that premiere, but I have a feeling it's going to be so, so good. It's It's like a mix of guys and girls doing real estate in Orange County. And of course, Jason and Brett will be a part of it in some capacity. So I'm really looking forward to that. Are you looking forward to Selling OC? How do you think it will compare to Selling Sunset?
Oh, of course I'm looking forward to Selling OC. I feel like it's going to be honestly just as good. We just have a younger cast. So maybe it'll be like a little bit more relatable to the people who are in their 20 somethings. I think we're going to see them going out, partying more. I feel like it's giving me maybe like a little bit of the Hills vibes, but obviously you're mixing in a lot of work with it. And they have some pretty big people there. I believe one of I wish I could remember the name off the top of my head, but one of the real estate agents is married to Brittany Snow. So we have some good connections when it comes to Selling OC. So I think we'll see those big actors or those big celebrities come on the show also. And so we'll still have that high caliber that Selling Sunset gives us in Selling OC. I just think we're going to get a little bit more of the going out, the partying, that kind of thing, because they are a younger group.
Yeah, and it'll be nice to kind of see the guys and girls, as I mentioned, because, Selling Sunset's just all about females, which we love. Obviously, they're all queens, but there'll be more relationship drama on Selling the OC. So I'm looking forward to that. There's going to be a lot of fun reality shows coming this summer, including All Star Shore, which was announced over the weekend. And Giannina from Love is Blind is teasing her relationship with Bachelor's very own Blake Hortzman. Now, Giannina and Blake have been posting together kind of for a while. They usually post the same stories at the same places. Giannina is famous now for cropping Blake out of her post, and there's been lots of speculation, but Giannina finally addressed it a little bit at the iHeartRadio Wango Tango music festival over the weekend. This is what she said. She says, he's very respectful, but I don't think that they know just how funny and spontaneous and dedicated he is. He's doing his DJ gig now, and just watching him reach all these new heights and all these goals, I don't think a lot of people know that he has it in him, but he definitely does. Now, she did not confirm the relationship, but we know the show All Star Shore is set to feature both of them on a party competition type show, which is going to be coming to Paramount Plus June 29th. So we got to assume that they are keeping this on the DL because it's going to play out on the show, correct?
Yeah, I think that that's totally what they're doing, but everybody knows they're together at this point. Like, they probably just can't officially come out with it, maybe because of contracts or whatever goes in behind being on a reality TV show like that. But I mean, I saw them at Wango Tango together. They're not really fooling anybody here. Look at this photo. Not that they're trying to fool anybody, right? But yeah, it should be fun though to actually see their relationship play out on a camera. I think that's the one thing that's really nice about reality TV is even if we know where something is right now. For example, like Blake and Giannina's relationship. Take Chloe and Tristan, for example. Like, we know that they're no longer together. We are always still wanting to see how that played out, the start to finish. So I think that it'll be really cool, and it's still exciting, even though that we know that they're together, that we get to see them, meet on the beach. Maybe that wasn't the first time they met, but connect, work together.
Yeah, I think she said that they did meet on the show, All Star Shore. Okay. So I'm excited to see it play out. And I honestly think that they're doing the show a favor. I mean, they're doing a really good job at marketing the relationship from a PR perspective. I mean, there's a lot of hype around Blake and Giannina. They're carrying this new cast. So I think people are really going to tune in to see what goes down between them. And I'm just looking forward to the first Instagram announcement because I'm sure that they've been waiting for a while to post together with their faces and the captions. So really looking forward to that. Yeah. Our next topic is that Sarah Hyland has celebrated her bridal shower. Now, this is reality TV news because she is engaged to Bachelor in Paradise's bartender, Wells Adams. And Sarah celebrated her bridal shower over the weekend with some close family and friends, and her fiance Wells made an appearance. Now, this does come just days or hours before Wells leaves for Bachelor in Paradise, as he also shared some Instagram stories of himself packing his suitcase with his favorite or famous shirts, bartender Wells Adams. So do we think that the wedding could be in Paradise? It's just a little bit of convenient timing how the bridal shower is happening like the day or two before he leaves.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like bridal showers typically happen, not right around the time where the weddings happen. There's usually, sometimes it's like give or take a few months. I mean, I guess it's dependent on, the people, so it really could happen in any time frame. But it does pose a good question: is this going to happen on Bachelor in Paradise? I feel like as much as Wells is involved in Bachelor Nation, I also feel like they keep themselves removed to a degree, especially Sarah Hyland. I don't know, unless I'm just not keeping up, I don't know that it's very often that we see her, talking about the Bachelor Nation or really combining those worlds. She's such an A-list star that it's like she's in a separate category than, the Bachelor Nation stars. So I kind of feel like she may have uh, it may be below her to have her wedding on Bachelor in Paradise.
Okay, but I would love for her to at least stop by and make an appearance. I mean, Wells has been on the show now for what, like 5 or 6 years? Like, I think it's time that she stops by. And I also think that this teases that their wedding is probably going to come this year. As you mentioned, the bridal shower happens a few months before. So maybe when he comes back, they're going to get married. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that. And Wells Adams also just arrived in Mexico, which means that Bachelor in Paradise is starting to film this week. We won't get it on TV until the fall, probably September or October. But I think that we're going to have to pay close attention to our favorite Bachelor Nation stars' social media, because once they go private and they go ghost, we know that they're on the beach. Who are you looking forward to possibly seeing?
Oh, I am honestly, I'm really excited to see Andrew S. hit the beach. I think everybody is a huge fan of him. I love his smile. I just feel like he has such an infectious smile. He has a great personality. He's hilarious. So I think he is one of the top people that I am really looking forward to head to the beach. I think it would be awesome for like another bromance situation if Greg joined him, but I think that we've all sort of decided that Greg probably isn't going to be hitting the beach. Maybe we'll have the bromance between Aaron and James hitting there again. Who else? I feel like anytime, Zach, you put me on the spot to ask these questions, for some reason, every single person's name goes out of my head, even though I literally have like created a whole fantasy draft. I'm like, who was I even thinking about? Somebody funny that we did talk about a couple of weeks ago that could show up would be like Peter Weber, right? Not that I'm saying I want him or I don't want him, but Becca really paved the way for the leads to jump onto the beach. And it's been a little while since he's been in the spotlight. He still needs love. I mean, him and Kelly didn't work out. So it would spice things up if he jumped on the beach.
I heard him on a podcast a couple weeks ago saying that he's open to going. And I don't know why he would say that so close by to when they leave. So I wouldn't be surprised
Maybe
if
I'm
we
onto
see him
something.
there. Yeah, so I would like to see Peter. I'm here for all the crazy people. Like, the more drama, the better for me.
You
Because I
do
love
love
watching
that.
it with the popcorn. Yeah, and also with Bachelor Nation, we know Bachelorette, Gabby and Rachel are still best friends. We're just a month away from their epic premiere, and Gabby did a Q&A over the weekend to get us excited for the season. When asked by a fan if she was still friends with Rachel, she said that Rachel is her number one, and the guys are actually going to be revealed on TikTok Live, actually, for their suitors. So that's really, really exciting. Do you think the show is playing up them as two best friends, or do you think it's just like fun and like it's part of the shtick, and so we shouldn't be hating on it? Because some people had some mixed reactions since they're clearly not best friends. They just met last year.
I mean, I think that a lot of people have become really good friends out of Bachelor Nation. Some would consider their best friends. I mean, you have to think about the environment that they're living in. They literally cannot talk to anybody else. They're sharing rooms together. They're sharing a man together. They're traveling to all these places. They're stuck in the hotel room for, God knows how long without actually going and doing anything unless they're on a group date or a one-on-one date. So I can imagine when you're in that kind of environment, you do get really close to people. Not to mention, they went straight into filming the Bachelorettes into their season, where they, again, are in a very unique situation that most people are not. So I think that you do create special bonds with people, and I think that they probably are best friends. And you can have multiple best friends. I feel like they are really close. So I don't think that there's any just like playing up this idea.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to seeing which men are on their season. There was the cast list
Oh,
announced on
yes.
Facebook a couple months ago, but sometimes, that gets, a few people get cut, and then we're really gonna get the bios of the men, like where they're from, maybe their tagline. So it'll be fun to do our first predictions and put our fantasy drafts out there, and we're just a month away from
Zach,
the premiere. Yeah.
there were brothers on the contestants list, right? How funny
There
would
were
that be
twins.
if they ended up being sister-in-laws? Then they would really be best friends.
I mean, sister-in-laws on reality TV usually don't work well. We all know Melissa and Teresa from Jersey
Very
Housewives.
true.
But I think that the two twin brothers would be really iconic. But I also think they're going to go to Paradise because I don't think they're going to end up with Gabby or Rachel. They seem a little young. I remember we thought that when the cast was first kind of announced.
Yeah.
But I'm totally here for that. So regardless, let's put them on the show and watch it all go down. We're looking forward to it. And that is all we have for today's reality TV roundup. Make sure to comment down below your thoughts and predictions and some of your favorite summer shows that you'll be watching this summer. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and ring the bell so you're always up to date with everything we got here going on at Shared News. As always, I'm your host, Zachary Reality, with the lovely Blakely Mchugh. Our social media handles are on the screen right now. Be sure to give us a follow. Come say hello. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.